Hello, you beautiful people out there. This is Dr. Vineeta once again in order to give you an amazing training today, especially in regards to this is not a training actually. This basically is an amazing, excited launch of one of my amazing book, which basically is going to be super, super beneficial. Before I just begin the training, I just wanted to quickly check whether I can hear myself okay and just do the quick the checks which are required. So just give me a moment there. I'll just quickly make sure that everyone can hear me okay before I begin. So give me a minute there. Till the time people who are joining me in would love to understand where are you joining me from. In case if you're joining me live, do comment hashtag live below. Which type of business or agency do you have? And that would be great, so that I actually understand what is the pulse of my audience. So just give me a moment. Let me just quickly straight to them so that I actually okay. I can hear myself. Okay. Okay, so we will be waiting for people to join in. In the meantime, let me just quickly share my training into my community so that we have amazing business people joining in as well. So just give me a moment, getting this training shared into my community. For people who are joining me live, would really appreciate where are you joining me from in the comments below and what business do you have? Because this training, this entire report is intentionally prepared for staffing entrepreneurs. So do let me know whether you have a healthcare staffing agency, whether you have an IT staffing agency, whether you have a home care agency, whether you have a group home. That would be amazing because I actually will understand the pulse of my audience. The more I understand what my audience want, the better I can come up with amazing trainings just like this one. Yeah. If you have anyone who you feel might require this kind of support, feel free to share this training, especially when you're joining in. In case if you're watching me on a replay, I would appreciate if you comment hashtag replay whenever you watch it at your own pace. In case if you have any questions regarding the training at any point of time, my DMs are always open for you because at this point of time, these trainings going on live is intentionally only curated for my amazing staffing entrepreneurs like yourself. So do not hesitate anytime you feel that, you basically require a support and you basically need have any questions, do not hesitate, just drop in, slide in my DMs will be always open for you guys, right? So today's training, as you can see, is about 2025 vendor mastery report. Yes. So what do I mean by 2025 vendor mastery report? This is an ebook. This is a report which is going to be an ultimate guide for healthcare, for IT staffing agency owners, in order to secure nationwide contracts by successfully deploying your agency in the vendor management system. Yes, you heard that right. I'll repeat myself. This is a 2025 prerequisite VMS mastery report. That means it is an ultimate guide for healthcare IT staffing agency owners to secure nationwide contracts by getting their agency successfully deployed. I keep on getting a lot of questions in regards to what exactly is a vendor management system, what is the prerequisites, how will it benefit my agency, does my agency even qualify for getting on a VMS platform? There are n number of questions which keep on coming every single day. To answer most of your questions, what we've done is we actually have launched an amazing ebook which you can see on your screen. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through step-by-step process, everything that you require in order to get established on a vendor management platform. What is a vendor management system? I'm going to show you everything, okay? So, for those who do not know me, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Dr. Vineeta Pillai. I am a doctor by profession and a certified psychologist as well. Have been into business since almost 6 years now, wherein we have successfully assisted almost 790 plus staffing agencies, home care agencies, establish contracts nationwide. I'm really proud to say that. I also own a huge community on Facebook, which is absolutely free of cost. It's not a paid community, wherein we have 10,000 plus staffing agency owners, entrepreneurs, just like yourself. In case if you are not in the community, I'm going to drop in my Facebook group link in the comments below after this live. And please ensure you join the group because every announcement, every update going in live in these kind of trainings are done in the Facebook group. I'm sure you will be able to learn a lot of information, a lot of things, especially in business, which is critically important as well. Yeah, I have a huge group of team members backed up by me for my business who basically are globally routed. They are a team of 40 people, 40, all working across the globe for my amazing clients. You can call us as a one stop shop solution today for all your staffing agency requirements because the team that I currently do have is, we do have internal departments in house. We have an internal department of recruiters, contract managers, vendor management procurement team, licensing officers, documentation and paperwork team, accreditations, JACO certifications, marketing experts, you name it, and we have it. And really proud to say that, today you can call us as a one stop shop solution for all your agency requirements. So, no matter what question it is, no matter what support you require, just feel free to message me on my DM, and I would be more than happy to assist you. Right. So, as you can see on the screen, that today what we've done is we have curated and crafted an amazing ebook which will have end-to-end details of vendor management contracts, end-to-end details of guide of healthcare contracts, IT contracts, and nationwide contracts as well. Right. Would like to tell you 6 years ago, I basically sat across, okay, from a staffing agency owner who basically was very exhausted, very tired, okay. You know what she told me? She told me, Vineeta, we're working 14 hours a day. My recruiters are amazing. I have an amazing team. I'm actually doing marketing as well. But the only problem that my agency is facing is contracts. She repeated herself during the conversation was that the contracts are just aren't coming. And this is a story 6 years ago. That moment, the pain that she actually had, wherein she tried to, just give a complete, narration about the exact problem that her business was facing was about contracts. The contracts aren't just coming. Being a psychologist, I love to have a conversation with people. And rather than just having a conversation, I actually love to get into their minds in order to understand what exactly is the mindset, what exactly is the psychological problem that can actually be resolved. And the biggest psychological problem in staffing is about contracts. Contracts aren't just coming was a clearly indicative statement given by a staffing agency owner 6 years back. Okay. That moment changed everything for me because honestly speaking, she wasn't alone. She wasn't alone. She wasn't the only staffing agency owner telling me that, she was actually in dire need of contract. Every agency I met after that was fighting the same silent battle. They weren't short on talent, they weren't short on any drive, they were not short on any marketing aspect, neither short on any team. All they were short on was access to contracts. And why am I so sure? Whenever I talk to people, they basically, if you want to talk to me, you have a booking link that's known as a strategic call link, wherein 30 minutes are exclusively given to my clients absolutely free of cost. In those 30 minutes, my clients literally went out, they poured their hearts out in regards to the agency, the business, the problem, the pain points, etc., in order to get a solution, right? After speaking to multiple staffing agencies, that's the only time when I realized that the agency's problem, the biggest problem is getting contracts. And rather than only getting contracts, was getting access and hold of these contracts. Right. Right now, there are agencies out there working twice as hard as you are, but getting 10 times the results. I repeat myself, there are also agencies who are absolutely working hard. They're literally working twice as hard as you are, but now they are in a position that they get 10 times the results as well. Not because they are smarter, not because they basically do have bigger teams. The only difference is because they have learned to play a completely different game, a game most agencies don't even realize that exists. And today I'm going to pull up the curtain behind this game. What exactly is this game which successful staffing agencies are playing, which 99% people or staffing agency entrepreneurs are almost clueless of, right? In 2025, staffing isn't about how many recruiters you have. It isn't about how many team members you have, or it isn't about where exactly you are established. Does your state have any competition? It's about how well your systems connect to the way your enterprise clients buy. Staffing is a game in order to explain how well are your systems connected to each other, to the way the enterprise clients buy. Honestly speaking, statistically, over 75% of Fortune 1000 companies now use a vendor management system, also known as an abbreviation, a short form of VMS, which is known as a vendor management system, to control who gets access to their requisitions. What do I mean by requisitions? Requisitions is nothing but job orders for their contracts. So please understand, 75% of Fortune 1000 IT companies, 75% of hospitals, nursing homes, old rehabilitation centers are now centralized and focused on vendor management system, which is a VMS, to control in order to get access to their contracts, in order to get access to their job requisitions, also known as job orders. If your agency isn't vendor management system ready, if it isn't VMS ready, it doesn't matter how good your recruiters are. It doesn't matter which state you're currently at. It doesn't matter how good of a team you currently have. Honestly, you are directly proportional to being invisible to the biggest clients in the US staffing market. I repeat myself. If your agency isn't VMS ready in 2025, no matter how big you have a team, no matter how many recruiters or how many candidates you have, you are invisible to the biggest clients in the US staffing market. That's the pain point most agencies won't say out loud. You're not short on talent, you're short on contracts. I repeat myself, you have an amazing talent. That is the only reason today you are the CEO of a staffing agency. You have a business which is established, right? So this clearly indicates you are not short on talent. The only shortage over here is you are short on contracts. I've spoken to hundreds of owners who tell me we are doing everything right. We are posting jobs on job boards, we are posting jobs on social media, on LinkedIn, we are calling candidates, we are sending resumes, but unfortunately, our pipeline is dry. What do I mean by pipeline? Our pipeline means the contracts which needs to be consistently coming in are unfortunately dry. And then I asked them, are you plugged into a vendor management system ecosystem, a VMS ecosystem. And you know what? To my shock, 99% of people, they say, what is a VMS? Yes, 99% people who actually have a conversation with me, who book their first call with me, are absolutely clueless what a VMS is. We've heard of it, but we are not sure what exactly is it. We're not sure that how to start with it, you know. And here's the truth. VMS contracts are the new distribution channels of staffing. They are the new distribution channels of contracts. It's where the largest and most consistent and most profitable contracts are live. And the reason most agencies can't access them is simple. No one ever taught them the process. No one ever taught them the compliance. No one ever taught them the systems that are required to qualify in order to get deployed on a VMS platform. That is the biggest pain point. Unfortunately, everyone are out there helping you with marketing, everyone are out there helping you with lead gen, but honestly, no one in the staffing industry will ever speak about actually what's making money for the agency, which is contracts. Contracts are directly proportional to the revenue that your agency generates, right? If you do not have any clue how to get onto these portals, how will you ever have the access to getting contracts? So please understand how important getting on vendor management platforms is as of 2025, because these are only the way to get those consistent contracts that your agency deserves, that your agency requires. When I first entered the staffing world after years in medicine practice, psychology, I saw the grind. Long hours, endless calls, every deal felt like starting over. Honestly, when we just started assisting staffing agencies, the staffing agencies were literally struggling. The team were making 100 outbound calls, long queues, sending out cold emails, going door to door knocking at hospitals, checking whether they can have an appointment with the decision maker. Unfortunately, every energy was in vain because they landed no contracts. So what I did is I actually studied it. I analyzed after working with 790 agencies across healthcare and across home care and IT staffing agency. I'll give you the exact statistical data is about what did I find. I am a woman of numbers. I really believe in data rather than just blabbering the information. I have statistical data backed up with whatever information I provide, right? So here's what I found. 68% submitted candidates in the vendor management portal were very late during submissions. 52% had the agencies were almost rejected at the time of filling in the application of a VMS. And 41% couldn't even measure the submittal to hire the conversations. So understand what exactly are these backdrops, what exactly are these obstacles. These are the obstacles which are only keeping your agency away from getting these contracts, right? They weren't failing because they lacked the skill. They were only failing because they lacked the proper structure of getting deployed on a vendor management platform. What is the structure? And today, in front of your screen, that's the exact structure that we have developed for amazing entrepreneurs, which is going to completely change the game of vendor management platform for you. So what we did is we actually had to have a solution for this problem, because this problem was not with one agency or two agencies. This problem was nationwide with 99% of agencies completely clueless of what a vendor management system is. What do my agency require? What are the prerequisites? What comes next? What kind of contracts, etc. Right? In order to answer all your queries, I'm really, really excited to announce the launch of my first ever Vendor Mastery Report ebook in the history of staffing, which you can see on the screen. That's why I built the 2025 Vendor Mastery Report. It isn't another motivational ebook, it's a field manual. It's a blueprint that shows you how to move from being a local supplier to become a nationwide vendor management system provider. Just from a small staffing agency, how you can have contracts with VMS and expand nationwide. I'm going to show you, my screen is shared. I'm going to actually show you what exactly does this break down. So how many people are actually VMS ready? For people who are watching me live, I would really love to see that, I would say the comments down. I would love to see the interaction so that I can show you a quick check, a breakdown of what exactly will you be finding in this amazing vendor management mastery report. So I'll just give a few seconds. Whoever has been excited to check what exactly this VMS mastery report, especially when we're ending 2025, please comment VMS below. And I'm going to quickly show you what exactly is all the 2025 mastery about. It's basically the blueprint of getting your staffing agency on a vendor management platform. And this is an ultimate guide no matter what staffing agency you have. Whether you have an IT staffing agency, whether you have a healthcare staffing agency, or whether you're planning to establish one, that's absolutely fine. So tell me, are you excited to see what exactly comes in with this ebook, which is going to completely revolutionize the game of vendor management systems for you? I'm waiting for the comments because I would like to interact with an interactive audience, please. Just drop into the comments below how many people are excited to actually see the entire menu, or maybe a complete index page, the content page of what exactly is this data packed vendor management report going to show you. People who are going to watch me live, do comment hashtag live below. For people who are going to watch me on replay, don't forget to basically comment hashtag replay below as well. This actually will boost the algorithm. It will show this live to people. It will reach out to people who are actually genuinely seeking for this level of support. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually share my screen, and I'm actually going to show you what this entire ebook, which is exclusively been crafted from almost 3 months of efforts, 3 months of case studies after working with 790 plus staffing agencies, and what exactly is 100% ratio of getting those consistent contracts, as my program already says, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with showing you what inside this amazing ebook. I'm going to show the table of contents there. For people who can see my screen, if you're having any issues, feel free to just comment down below, because I want you to pay close attention of what exactly this ebook is all about. I have shared the table of content on my screen here. Right. So basically, the section 1 is the introduction to the entire landscape of staffing. 2025 staffing landscape. What exactly is staffing all about? Where exactly we're standing in 2025? What's working? What's not working? Right. Number 2 is why the vendor mastery matters. You have to master vendor management system. And why does this matter? Why is it going to be so beneficial for your staffing agency? Section 2, we understand the entire vendor management ecosystem. What is a vendor management system? What exactly is an MSP? What's the difference between a MSP, that's the managed service provider? What's the difference between a VMS? Relationship is completely explained so that you give 100% clarity whether you require a VMS for your agency or whether you require an MSP. Then we move on to the next is types of vendor management system deployments. Deployment is getting your agency added on a VMS system. There are different types for this as well. So that's going to be completely broken down here, wherein we are going to show you different types of VMS deployments. We move to the section 3, which is getting your agency vendor management system ready. We're going to get your agency completely VMS ready. What is the compliance and accreditation checklist? For an instance, if you want to get on AMN Healthcare, if you want to get on Aya Healthcare, just an example, every vendor has its accreditation prerequisite checklist. That means your agency should fulfill the compliance aspects. Your agency should have the accreditations which are required, right? So here we have explained completely about what is compliance and accreditation checklist. Next is the technology and integration readiness. So what kind of technology does your agency require? How are you going to be ready for this amazing deployment? Moving to the next is financial stability and risk criteria. So few vendor management have a criteria where actually they want to work with agencies which are already established. So what do I mean? What are the risk criteria, etc.? Next is data security and digital infrastructure. How internally the CRM of the vendor management system looks like. What is the infrastructure which basically they provide digitally? And how is your data secured, especially once when you start submitting the candidates, right? So that's the section 3 all about. Moving to the next is section 4, where we show you the entire application process. The application process is basically finding and applying for VMS opportunity. You need to understand which vendor management system aligns to your agency. You cannot be just applying left, right, center. You need to understand which is the most aligned and most profitable vendor management system, which is going to bring in those consistent contract and recurring source of income for you. Next is the documentation and vendor profile. How is your documentation, what all is required from your agency's end, and how can your vendor profile be boosted? Next is the due diligence and evaluation process. After submission of your document to the procurement team of the vendor management system, there is a complete evaluation process that takes place at the back end from the VMS end. What exactly is this? How are they going to do the due diligence, etc.? That's the section 4. Section 5 is I show you the entire operational excellence after you get onboarded. What is the workflow management within the vendor management system? How do you have to basically sign the contract? How you have to submit the candidate? How you get paid? Everything is showing in workflow management. Next is timesheets, invoicing, payment cycle. How do you get paid? Do you get paid? How do you send an invoice to the client after the contract? How do you release the timesheets of the candidates, etc.? That's basically showing you in operational excellence section. Moving to the next is the performance reporting. How do you actually evaluate the performance of your candidates? And next is building strategic relationship with the procurement team. Next section is healthcare staffing specifics about credentialing and compliance for excellence for healthcare, and it also gives you the details for IT staffing too. Clinical workforce optimization, what exactly is the workforce required? The bonus over here is which you can see on the screen are these Appendix A and Appendix B. Let me just quickly zoom that. Appendix A, as you can see, I have made your lives really easy. What we've done is we actually have directly added links to 100 IT vendor management platforms. That means you basically just have to click on the link and it takes you to the vendor management website where you yourself can fill in the form, where you yourself can read the criteria, etc. Top 100 IT vendor management platforms direct links have been added as a bonus. And Appendix B shows top 100 healthcare vendor management platforms. Imagine By just getting this ebook, you get an access to almost 200 vendor management platforms internally directly inside. That's the beauty. This is not a book of just reading and just leaving it there. This is the blueprint of staffing. This is going to be the game changer of staffing. By just clicking on these links and filling in the forms, you will be landing contracts. So that's the beauty of these appendix. And the next section is IT staffing specifics, wherein we show you the VMS dynamics into tech staffing. In case if you have an IT staffing agency, this section is going to be valuable for you. We're going to show you the top IT vendor management platforms, the keys to winning the IT vendor management contracts, and scaling the IT staffing nationwide. The next section is the growth strategies of showing you the diversity set certifications, how you can leverage in case if you have, in case if you don't have, we do have a team to help you with these amazing certifications with the JACO accreditations as well. So feel free to DM me just in case if you want to get your agency JACO certified. Next section is marketing your VMS readiness, automation for vendor success. What are the emerging trends as per artificial intelligence? As you all know, this is the era of AI. So what exactly, how do we see staffing in the next 5 years landscape? There are case studies and the path to vendor mastery as well. So honestly speaking, this is the entire blueprint of the book, the ebook that we have created in order to answer all those questions that you have, because inside it completely breaks down how to get vendor management system ready with compliance, with accreditations, with tech integrations. We also show you how you can manage the job requisitions within 4 hours of release of the contract, how to track, how to improve your fill rates with real-time dashboards, how to automate your invoicing, your credentialing, so your team stays only focused on delivery, right? And for the first time in the history of staffing, you're going to get list of top 100 healthcare vendor management platforms. You just have to click and it immediately takes you to the vendor management website. It immediately takes you to the IT staffing VMS website. This is going to stop you because you're no more going to be guessing, no more gatekeepers anymore. This is the 100% roadmap that works, right? Just imagine, picture your agency 1 year from today. Your recruiters aren't chasing clients. They are only behind fulfilling the consistent job orders. They are only behind calling candidates and submitting the candidates in the vendor management platform. This is exactly what my recruiters help my clients do. After my clients get deployed on a vendor management platforms, they have access to 1,000 nationwide contracts. My recruiter, not a single recruiter, basically, is tied up. My clients come up with, can I take more recruiters from your end? Right? Because my recruiters are only busy submitting candidates. They are not chasing contracts anymore. Your compliance team isn't scrambling. They are audit ready 24/7. Your name appears on the preferred vendor list, imagine nationwide. That's not a dream, that's a system, and this system creates freedom. Freedom of what? Freedom from chasing contracts, freedom from uncertain income, freedom to scale with predictability and confidence. That's what the vendor mastery truly means. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters consistently with precision, right? So here's my invitation to everyone who actually is watching me here. If you've been asking, how do I finally build the consistent contracts? This is your Bible of contracts. Start here. Study the 2025 Vendor Mastery Report. Use it to audit your systems. Use it to strengthen your compliance and use it to clarify how you operate. Let it be your contracts Bible, the reference that stays open on your desk every day while you're scaling your agency. You can explore the full report through official channels listed on the page. Here's to your next level of vendor mastery, right? Because here's to less guessing and far more growing, right? With respect, with precision, and with purpose. So, in case if you actually want to grab this copy, this is currently not being published on the website. This is neither being released. This is a pre-launch, okay? And this is going to be released only at a pre-launch price for only $55 for the first 10 people, right? It's only $55 for the first 10 people. All you need to do is just DM me contracts, and I'm going to share the booking link with you. After that, it's going to be straight $99 forever. So if you feel that this is going to be beneficial, this is exactly what you require, grab the copy. I have started getting DMs already. It's going to be only released for 10 people. Honestly, there was a lot of efforts which was being made in order to curate, and the price of 55 does not solve the actual efforts that my team has basically added in it. It is efforts. This is a complete well-oiled machine which will help your agency get onto the vendor management platform, right? In case if you want to grab the copy, you just have to DM me contract, and I'm going to share a payment link. That's the booking link. Once when you make the payment, you get the receipt and you instantly get the ebook into your inbox. I've got 4 DMs already for contract, and there are only 6 slots remaining. So make the most out of it. I hope this was beneficial for you. In case if you have any further questions in regards to your agency, whether it's the staffing, whether it's home care, whether it's ID staffing, my DMs are always open for you. This has exactly been curated for amazing entrepreneurs just like yourself. Yeah. So that was it from my end. I would see you next time in another live, and looking forward to have amazing clients grab the copy. Whoever has been sending me DMs, my accounts team will get back to you with the links. Feel free to DM me. I've got 6 DMs already in my inbox. 4 more remaining, and we close the pre-launch after the 11th copy sells at $99, right? So do grab your copy. This is going to be the game changer for vendor management systems for your agency. So have an amazing rest of your day. Stay blessed. Bye for now.